Hi everybody, Russ and my Hammers 11. Hope you are all safe and well. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you're made aware of any time we put new content on. As always, I'd like to thank our channel sponsors, Untuck It. Almost first time. Check them out in the description below. Anyway, I hope everyone is safe and well. Marvellous Monday. Marvellous because we're still fourth, obviously. Let's see who we've got in the chat already. Andy, wow. I've made a show because I'm back for work. Was off last week and sometimes didn't get up to mid-afternoon. Who are you, Charlie Walsh? Or playing your new Xbox? Who know last someone's showing off. Hope you're well, man. I'm very well, Andy. Hope you're well too, my friend. Charlie's in. Little Jake, not long, mate. Week more. 1 week left in it, then you got to go back to school properly. Can't wait. Not for you, but obviously I can't wait because obviously that means no homeschooling for me. Adrian, hope you're well. I'm very, very well. Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. It wasn't too worried with Saturday's defeat. You know, it's weird. It was one of those games where, you know, not very often we've lost and it hasn't ruined my weekend. Do you know what I mean? And considering it was such an early game as well, and it still didn't ruin my weekend. So, yeah. It was a bizarre loss, wasn't it? It was like a victory and a loss. It was a strange one, but you know we played well, and I think if anything, it sort of solidified our position in the league, really, where we're meant to be. I mean, Scott says here, strangely disappointed about the result, how things have changed. Exactly, we were, to lose 2-1 to Man City at Man City, considering they'd won the last 19 games or something like that. Yeah, it was like a weird loss. You were disappointed you didn't come away with at least a draw, which is bizarre, really. But it just shows how, as Scott says, just shows how well we're playing, man. Tonight, 7:00. Is it 7:00? Joe Seeley. He's going to be on Jake's channel. Joe's a great guy, lovely guy. Obviously, we've done a Miami's 11 with him, as Jake knows because he's just nicked him off me. I ain't joking. Top guy, really interesting about his time at West Ham, and obviously the fact that his dad was coach when he was playing, and some great stories there he gave about, his dad wouldn't give him a lift to work, so to speak. He had to get his own way. He had to get like 2 buses, give it at Loughton. So to get to Chadwell from Loughton, you'd have to get or you go on the Central Line, go back around the loop. It's a bit of a nightmare anyway. So anyway, make sure you check out Jake's channel tonight. Joe's a cracking guy. I believe he's actually still in Essex because he obviously lives in Cheshire. His wife is one of the housewives of Cheshire, for those of you who are interested in such a thing, which I didn't know until I first interviewed him. Rick, hope you're well. Max, hope you're well. Var Golf, hope you're well, man. Sorry. Hey, Jukey baby. Getting ready for what's name, mate? Getting ready for that first day you can open. There's a pub down in Hornchurch. I wouldn't say they've got a massive outdoor stuff, but they've put loads of scaffolding up to make their outdoor bit a lot bigger. So from April the 12th, they can technically open. Early start for Gatesy in terms of what he's got for lunch today. Oh, hang on. I'm just glancing over it. Mrs. Gates, Chef Gatesy, has improved somewhat her lunch. Salmon, mixed veg. I don't like fish, but fair play. Try something different. Salmon, mixed veg, peppers, rice. Got this all week. Okay, so we'll get used to that. Sausage roll, kiwi. Hello. Someone's eating a fruit salad. Strawberries, grapes, blueberries, raspberries, apple, satsuma, banana, bottle of water. Bloody hell. God, it's a banana man over there, not just banana man. A week before our next game is a long. Yeah, it is. It's weird now. We had 9 days until the next game. Very, very strange. But I think Nigel Khan figured it out. If all the games went against us, I think we'd end up still being 9th without having played. So we'll drop. But anyway, it is what it is. Live Q&A for Jake, so should be good. Yeah, definitely. And he's able to answer any questions, Joey. So make sure you get some good questions. Do you know that as low as 9th by it's mental, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. And you said that twice, and I agree both times. What area of the pig does that sound? He's moved on. Mrs. Gates has gone fishing, it seems. Oh God, it's jumped. Loads of people want to say hello. Phil, hope you're well. If anyone needs anyone West Ham online, I need to get you back to it. Jason, hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Don't forget to subscribe and do it. Mini Russ hasn't turned up yet. Where's Mini Russ gone? There he is. There's Mini Russ. Like, comment, subscribe. Neil, NFDU, the NFDU in the house. It is. It's not now. It's probably about 6 minutes past 11 on Monday nights. Good evening, good night to you, sir. Forever, hope you're well. Andy's got breaded chicken with pasta and mayo. There we go. There we go. Kent called. He did call the 2-1. Proud of the team. Bring on Leeds. Russ wasn't Joe trying to buy Macclesfield Town at one point. He was. He was trying to. Well, he was part of the consortium, I think, that tried to buy Macclesfield Town, if I'm correct. But yes, 1 point and 1 point. Nothing exciting. Nothing exciting for lunch. So when Kemp, there's nothing exciting. It's basically baked beans and tomatoes on brown bread. I want to say it's quite sad that I actually know your lunch. Is that lunch because of Spurs? Yeah, because they won 4-0. Mrs. Gates, right, okay, let's cook something. She's full of energy. Gates came in the toilet a few times with all that fruit, indeed. Russ, if you could have one celebrity chef cook you a dinner, who would you pick and what meal would you pick? Nice one. I've been fortunate enough to be gone to a few nice posh restaurants. And I went to Heston Blumenthal's restaurant in London. Was it called Meat or something like that? That was quite good. And been to Ramsay's and Jamie's. I think it'd have to be what's the name? Have to be Heston and do something flamboyant with a steak. See what you can do. I mean, I had a steak and he put like what did he put on it? Bone marrow. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Good question, man. See if anyone else. Lee, hope you're well. Bubbles. Can I ask you a question? Of course you can. I think taking these should be scrapped after. We only wear a 1 minute silence once a year. We all acknowledge it now, in my opinion. Well, I mean, isn't it? Who's the team? Was it QPR? Is QPR not doing it or someone like that? I can't remember. Or Brentford or something like that. Each their own, really, isn't it? I'm not. I haven't really got an opinion, to be honest. It's almost part and parcel of the whole setup. You know, when we doing sort of the pre-match, so we sort of know it, and then that. So. Tom, hope you're well, my man. Unlucky Saturday, weren't we? We were very unlucky. Indeed, very, very unlucky. Yep, Heston let him have free reign. Good question. Andy's would be Gino De Campo a steak because you could get comedy as well as cooking. Yeah, but why would you let Gino do a steak? Why don't you let Gino do your pasta? Do you know what I mean? He's Italian or pizza. Keep it, were all those fancy places you have been better than the... Well, I tell you, not as good as a kebab shop at. We had for 2 weeks now. We've had double kebab weekend. Unbelievable scenes. Double kebab weeks. And yeah, it was good on Saturday. Curvan Kitchen was very good. Brentford, thank you, Ken. I knew you would. Which 3 famous Pete women would you like to have as dinner guests? I don't know. Holly Willoughby, because I think she's a laugh. And she smokes like a chimney when I've met her. She used to. Who else? Who else do I like? I don't really know, to be honest. I suppose you should get someone like Louisa Johnson or Pixie Locke because they're hammers. Bianca Westwood would be good as well. All about all about West Ham. Apologies, it's football related, but it looks like Rami is already getting frustrated. Well. He's one of those players you've got to play him at the right time, innit? Play him at the right time, in my opinion. And I'd say Man City wasn't the best time. Leeds, maybe, because there might be a bit more free space for him. Who knows? A few champions don't take the knee as Saha didn't do it anymore. Well, there we go. Fair enough. My shirt. Oh, good. By the way, all ready for the return to college on Monday. Fantastic, Tom. At least you got your shirt. At least you look a bit dapper when you turn up for college. Yes, R.I.P. Glenn. Obviously, it was horrible news yesterday. 65, and obviously we've had a few players who have played under him. So David James and Anton and various others, and they also have really, really nice things about him in their social media. So obviously, raise a glass, so to speak, but all being Diet Coke, not a pint, because it's Monday. To Mr. Rhoda. God bless him. Do you think Lingard will stay? Yes, I do. I will do it. But it's not a case of him staying with us. I think it's a case of whether we'll pay the 20 million. I think is it 20 million. So yeah, I think taking the lead should stop when it's a no longer needed. Well, yeah, but that's going to be forever, Phil, isn't it? To be honest, Phil's back at work tomorrow for one day for drills, and when I finish, I'm getting my favourite kebab from East India Dock Road. Well, there we go. Good luck to you, my man. What's everyone's favourite pot noodle? I don't really have a favourite. It's probably chicken and mushroom, I'd say. Although Phil likes Bombay Bad Boy. Annie Crisp or chocolate? No, it's not. No, it's not. No. We're not doing that for about another week and a half, probably. We're doing Wally's mystery bag. So here is, for those who don't know, Wally's World sent me this huge bag. I'm not looking at it, but it's jam packed full of chocolate. I'm not showing you because I don't want to see the screen. Flo says there's lots of chocolate, so we're going to do that. We obviously didn't do a great one yesterday, like on a Friday. It was the first one. Obviously pulled out Hershey's because Wally's basically going to do me and put it. So we'll have another go. So I'm not looking. Let's see what we got. And I'm not looking. I'm not going to look. What we got? Oh, balls. I know. It's literally full of Hershey's, I reckon, this boy. Oh, Hershey's chocolate. I'll have one, literally, the smallest thing. Yeah. It's horrible. Oh my god. Oh dear. Look, I'm actually crying. Oh god. I really don't like that at all. I don't know, I've got a whole week of that probably, at least, knowing him. Oh dear. Have some more drinks, sorry. Oh dear. Anyway, there we go. Oh dear. So literally this whole thing. I'm not eating any more of that. There we are. Okay. All right. Bombay Bad Boy. There we go. Let's get back to Potland. Great effort on Saturday from the boys. Loving the team moment. Kufa at the end shows. Exactly. And that's why I've said it on a few podcasts. They've asked me Hammer of the Year, and I've said Vladimir Kufau, or Sufal, sorry. Because for me, he is the Tim Breaker. Is a Tim Breaker mentality. He'll be 7 out of 10 every game. Never let you down. Never will let you down. But because he's 7 out of 10, he gets lost in the wash to Souček and Rice and Ugbonna. They'll be the three. But for me, I just think Sufal is fantastic. Chicken and mushroom. Okay, chicken and mushroom. What's your worst ever season you've seen West Ham have in your lifetime? Ones I can remember, it's probably the 42-point season, I'd say, isn't it? In my opinion. Although there was a season, I can't remember it. There was a season where I remember walking out. We'd lost to Leeds 3-0. At home. Still got that taste. It tastes like sick. It does taste like sick. How do people like it? I really don't get it. 2000, I can't remember. We had Mike Newell. I'm gonna have to Google it now. So it was West Ham Leeds. I'm pretty sure we lost 3-0. I'm pretty sure we had Mike Newell playing for us, and that was pretty bad. I can't find it now. 96, 97? No, it can't have been that. No, it might have been actually. 96, 97 might be. No, I don't think so. It was 96, 97. That was a pretty bad. We did all right by the end of the season, but I remember that game just being, no disrespect, we might you up front. I think Jonah ended up playing up front. We had a good team, but it's just, I remember just walking out like, this is depressing. Hershey's, I love Wally, yeah. Hershey's chocolate is bad too. I know I'm going to have that in there as well. You've been done again, Russ. I'm going to be, I reckon, all week. So tune in every day to watch me go and shake it some chocolate. Hashtag choke at some chocolate. Kent's gone Holly Willoughby, same as me. Bianca West. Emily Atack, great shout for the comedy. Great shout. That's a good shout. I'd like that. Kufal is the new machine. He is the new machine indeed. 2003 was a bad season for James. Nice to hear Iron Maiden at the great. He did. I play a bit of Rung to the Hills. In an attempt to get Steve Harris on the channel. So yeah, and hopefully that's going to work soon. Because we've had Joe, we've had his nephew Joe Lazarus, we've had him. He's a drummer. We've had him on the channel. He's a lovely bloke, and then I texted Joe afterwards and said, no, he texted me and he said, oh, I had what's the name? Iron Maiden at half time. I said, yeah, I played it. I said, yeah, I just played it. And then I went, did Steve hear? He went, yeah, he just texted me. And I was like, okay, well, you can text him back and say, well, that's the same bloke who wants to do Miami's 11 with you, so you can come on. All using it for proper personal gain. Even worse season than 2011. Avon Grant season. There we go. Hershey boys, lace up. Yeah. Oh, that was painful. But 2001, Avon Grant in charge was awful. Year 2, right? 2010, 2011. For me, it's 2010, 11. For that was my favourite ever home shirt. Swings and roundabouts. Very true 80s. Very true 80s, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, give us a like, please, because I'd like to get some likes. Thank you. Because otherwise, I always forget. Definitely agree. The worst season. Suchek Hammer of the Year, no doubts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he'll win it. He'll probably win it. But for me, I'd love to see, I'd love, okay, how cool would it be? Suchek wins it. Sufal, runner-up. Thoughts? Did you hear they played? Yeah, I heard someone tell me they played Bubbles. I got a message on Facebook about that. No idea, but fair play. Yeah, I think it was probably, I reckon it was a mix-up with the old, what's it called? The old AI crowd. That was what I had. Did you hear? Yep. Yes, we said yes. I think someone buggered up there. At this time, who's your Ham of the Year? Well, I said I think I want Sufal to be Ham of the Year. He won't be, but I'd like him to be. James thinks same again, and that's exactly the same reason what you mentioned, James, about sort of how much he just wants to win. You don't. I mean, I love Deck. And I love a lot of them, but you didn't get that level of emotion from losing a game, on the pitch, almost crying on his knees. Has anyone else done that? Has anyone else like that? I don't think so. So, anyway, that's my opinion. Scott's lunch. Carrot. Oh, it's gone for soup today. It's Monday. Be good Monday. Carrot and coriander soup with some warm bread rolls for luncheons. Maybe some leftover roast too. Maybe a crescent of roast potatoes and a Yorkshire pudding. Fair play to you. Adam, hope you're well, man. Kufa reminds me of Zabba, but younger. Yes. Agreed. He reminds me of Tim Breaker. He really reminds me of Tim Breaker, to be honest. Haller Hammer of the Year. There we go. I mean, technically you're right. He did play some time for us. This is one of the hardest calls in the last 20 years. Yeah, I think that's a great shout, Kenty boy. I think that is a great shout, to be honest. Yeah, I reckon it's probably the toughest. You're right. Thoughts on the crowd for the last home game? Hopefully so, my man. It should be. I can't. I'm hoping. Yeah, it's a Southampton game. We'll have a crowd for that. It'll be good. I know that Gio and Gonz are looking at the boats potentially as well. That last game, so it'd be perfect, wouldn't it? It would just, if we end up being 5th or 6th or 4, 4, 5, 6, someone in that region, and then we can get the fans in for the last game of the season. That'd be really, really cool. It would just cap off a good season for us. I've still got Hershey's in here. Hi, Rose. What was your favourite ever West Ham home shirt? I don't really have a favourite one. I like the Alpari ones, like the ones with the stripes. I used to like them. I did like them quite a lot. But it's like the simplicity of just like when they have just the plain claret body and the blue arms. For me, that's just simple. There he is, Matt. So tomorrow. So in terms of what we've got coming up tonight we've got My Ham's 11 with Jordan Saeed, UK pro wrestler. Jordan Saeed, which is really, really good. He speaks really, really well about football and stuff. And then tomorrow we're kicking off our new series Outside the Bubble with the boy here, Matt Lead. So Matt Lead, who runs my Sunderland 11, and so we have a little chat about how Sunderland's do. Then we try and put together an 11 of players who have played for both clubs. It wasn't the easiest one. It wasn't. We've got a few others coming up. We've got like Wolves and Leeds and Leicester and things like that coming up. This one was Sunderland was probably the hardest one. I didn't pick the right one to start with, but me and Matt had a giggle. So that's coming out tomorrow, and then hopefully Wednesday we've got a good My Hammers 11 coming up as well. Yeah, we've got some good ones coming up this week. Probably not any ex Hammers this week. Next week we've got them. But not this week, unless something changes. These things change all the time. Andy didn't mention that, geezer. Yeah. For dinner tonight, I'm making feta and tomato pasta. Interesting. If already has a bad game, he's the best right back I've seen in the club since the last 20 years. I totally agree with you, my man. Moyes come out and said it was being unfair for only one game because half won't be any. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not really bothered about anyone else, to be honest. I just think it's good for us. I agree, Neil. I agree. It's going to be a checkmate for the Hammer of the Year and runner-up of the year for me, in my opinion. Avco shirts for Jason. Kent, the 92 BAC. Although I would have been the same, but with Dagenham Motors. Kanye Feeler's a great shout as well. Great shout. What do you think about Man United asking 20 million? Thoughts on Seema? He needs to be signed. He's good, and Seema. He is good. I've seen him a lot on the. When he played Leicester the other day, they look good. 20 million, I think that's probably the top end we'll pay. 15 to 20, I thought we'd look at playing. I mean, he's 29, but what he can bring to the game, he's still got a few. I mean, the fact is, because he hasn't played a lot of football the last couple of years, you've got those years back, haven't you, really, in the back catalogue, so to speak. So you've still got a good few years in the middle of him. I saw that they were going to do Armstrong for 25 million went for Blackburn because they've got a 40% sell-on fee from Newcastle. So I think Lingard and Seema will be a great two for us, but we'll see, man. Lasagna for tea for Jake. Lasagna for tea. We should ask Joe. Joe's a good old chef. He might be able to cook you up something live. I think the kit they used for the Bobby Moore, yes, nice. Yeah. Good kit and a nice badge as well. Centenary shirt was the first one. I go with that. Is that the one with the bubbles in? Is that the one with the bubbles and the massive collars? Bubbles and massive collars. I remember. Big Gaz. Big Doors should be in for a shout. Do you know what? That's a great shout, my man. That is a great shout. Big Doors. Yeah, I mean, you look at someone who's come in and, no one fancied him. I think the fact is because he only came in. When was he first? Was it like November time, October? So he didn't really start the season. There might be anything against him, but I think he's great. Absolutely. Jazz has got a box of chocolates for lunch. Fair enough. Gaz Wads. Gaz Wads. I used to think Guy de Mel was awesome, but after seeing Cooper just says how rose tinted my glasses were. No, I agree. I totally agree, my friend. It's really interesting. It's all about perspective, isn't it, really? And obviously when you were young and younger and, I mean, Guy de Mel was solid, but I wouldn't say he was a great right back, whereas Soufali's a fantastic right back. He's exactly what we've needed for a long time. So really enjoyed the Hammers over the weekend. Thank you, man. It was fantastic. Did he teach all he knows about finishing at primary school? Oh, yeah, Pat Mahoney. Wasn't he lovely? Isn't he a lovely bloke? For those you don't see, over the weekend we put two. Obviously, we do our Mimers 11 every day, or mostly every day if we can. On Saturday, we put up Pat Mahoney's My Hammers 11. Pat is involved in the Any Old Irons group, sort of the over 65s West Ham support group. And he was lovely, so sweet. And he put together a sort of in-towners My Hammers 11 type thing. And it included Jermaine, and he taught Jermaine at school. So it was just lovely. Yeah. And I'm same with Ken. I like interviewing older fans, more experienced fans, because most people, if 30s to 40s, have lived through the West Ham that I've lived through. Whereas he, his first game was in 58, I think it was. So all that sort of time and it was really cool. 8283 shirt for me, just gorgeous, says Fun Size Phil. Don't forget to give this all a like, comment, and subscribe. Have I missed guest? No, skip. Right, for the next couple of weeks, we haven't got it, man. We haven't got it. I'm not doing crisps, but you're going to watch me. As I said before, Wally sent me this massive bag of Wally's World of sweets and chocolate from America. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be full of bloody Hershey's. I had Hershey's on Friday. That weren't too bad because it was basically full of peanuts. But today we had an original. Oh, God, I've dropped a bit here. I should pick that up. I was going to stink. Hershey's. And, oh, my God, it's the aftertaste. That's what it is. The actual chocolate tastes like cheap chocolate. You know, like when you get like a cheap Easter egg. You know, one that's just in like a gold foil. You know, it's a character one. When it tastes cheap chocolate. But it's the aftertaste, and I was eating it, going, it's not that bad, and it's not that bad. And then at the back, I got this horrible, like, sick thing. Ugh. Yeah, I should really, yeah. Wasn't nice. 95, 96. When's the last time we had a player like Dawson who thought was going to be shit and actually became really important? Good point, my friend. Good point. Anyone else think of that? When we signed someone, we thought, oh, God, but he turned out to be really good. I don't know. I mean, I'm going back to maybe like, I don't know, Pete Butler. We signed him from Sunderland, from Southend. I don't know. Interesting. One will come to my head. Anyone else has any suggestions? Feel free to jump about. Have you had a kickabout on the Upton Park? I've had a kickabout at the Upton Park pitch. I didn't. There's no way you can have a kickabout another stadium pitch. No, sorry, Bob. So Jazz is going to be eating strawberry and cream at Linz. Fair play, man. It's a good choice. Can ever change his football kit? No, he can't because he's all set up like that. And actually, that should probably be my best kit. That's the 93. That was a 92-93 season, wasn't it, Dagenham? It was the same as the BAC, but they just changed the sponsors. So no, he can't because it means I have to pay Len again to do it. So no, he's staying like that. He's happy. He's content. He's sitting in that little corner and just like, he's just happy, moving his head. So he may be joined by someone one day, but not at the moment. He's just there. 3 points versus Villa, win versus Arsenal or Man United, and we're flying like a bird. It's electric. Billy Elliot reference. Never has a Billy Elliot reference been so coordinated into a West Ham live stream. Thank you, Jess. Made it at last. Had a meeting drag on. Hope everyone is. We're all good, Gary. We're all good, my man. We're not too bad. Although I have just had some Hershey's chocolate, and it's still repeating on me. Right, you're allowed 6 items of mixed grill. Oh, a mixed grill, a good steak, because there's always cheap rump steaks on a mixed grill. A good steak, proper thick. I did myself a good steak yesterday. Very good. And I'm not including chips because that's sort of standard. And so I'd go with nice chicken breast. What should we have? Sausage, like a good, like butcher sausage. Whoever misses. A nice lamb chop. What else are we going to have? Gammon. And then the 6th item would be... Have we got any food left? Have we got any meat left? What shall I have? I mean, I'd have onion rings, but that's... we'll throw onion rings in there. That's what I'm doing. Hershey's are in a different league from Cadbury's. Oh, here he is. The guy stitched me up. No, I love you, man. Thank you. You will. You have to develop your palate to appreciate. It's not the it's the aftertaste. Literally, it was all right, and then the aftertaste kicked in. I just can't get the aftertaste. It's still in the back of my throat. Kufa, good point. Yeah, Kufau. We got him in, didn't we? And we didn't think he was going to be good, and he was fantastic. Shit, but good, and not Gary Breen. Americans use some acid in their dairy, which gives it a sicky. Is it? Is that what it is? Interesting. Suppose you could say Vastay. We didn't have any. Yeah, not Vastay. I wouldn't say because he came a bit of pedigree already. I remember being massively underwhelmed when we signed Christian Daly, but became a big icon. Not many players get their own songs. Good point, man. That's a good point. Pork chop. Pork chop. There we go. Yeah. Players who we thought, nah, and they turned out to be really good. Don't know, really. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we was underwhelmed. When we'd signed, Craig Dawson, we were underwhelmed, and he over-delivered. There's no two ways about it. He's over-delivered, and what we've, for £3 million, whatever they've quoted us to buy him for, what can you get for £3 million in football nowadays? Not someone as strong who's kept, 3/4 of his games have been clean sheets or something ridiculous like that. So, underwhelmed. But yeah, but it's not the other bit. As you said, it's then becoming like a key supporter. What we got here? Sacco. Yeah, maybe, but I think Sacco was he was sort of an unknown. He done a great shot under Winnie Reed, because don't forget he was going to come in as this. We were going to sign this international from the World Cup, and we were like, oh God, brilliant! Here we come, Cannavaro. No, Winston Reed. And then you're right. It then came down to that. No, very good point. Very good point. Tufau both come from a team used to be competing to win things and play in Europe. Great mentality to bring into the dressing room. Totally agree, man. Totally agree. But plenty of players the other way around thought were amazing, turned out to be pony. That's mainly the other way around, isn't it? To be honest, yes. Wash the Hershey's down with some nice Mount Hope red wine. Pennsylvania's finest. I don't like red wine, but or just Pepsi Max Cherry. Any players you thought would be good but turned out bad? I think there's the majority, to be honest, isn't it? And not bad, but obviously Zaza. Do you remember we signed Zaza and he was going to be it? Look at Haller, look at Anderson. I think until the recent times, most of our signings in the last sort of 4 or 5 years have been like that. Who else I thought would be turning out good? They're sort of the main flops, isn't it? Really, I'd say, in my opinion. Great shout by Kent. Was so important and played anywhere. Yeah, 1.2 for Steve Lomas, and you're right. And it's them or people like Hayden Mullins. You think, oh great, Hayden Mullins, but he was just integral to that season for us. Those seasons we went up. Yeah, a lot of people thought we should go nowhere near Di Canio. I know, and then look what happens. Look what happens. The best chocolate man in Europe, and even through Brexit, this has happened. I still include the UK in Europe. Thank you. Well, I think Switzerland, isn't it? Really the best one. Enna Valencia. Yeah, he was. Davor Suker. They're all coming out now, aren't they? Davor Suker. Yeah. I mean, Hernandez, Chicharito, to be fair, never really. Yes, Adams put a great one in. Gorkan Torre. He was the one. When they signed him, I was like, this guy is good. I like this guy. This guy's a proper West Ham winger. And just didn't do it for us. Just didn't work. It was so weird. He had the right, he was smashing it for Besiktas and just couldn't do it for us. Really, 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 really random. Razvan Rat, you're just calling out names now, Jay, can't you? That's lazy. Razvan Rat was quality. If only for, as Charlie Walsh says, if only for that onesie, picture in the Christmas catalogue. If only for that. But as I said, we'll have. I tell you, between between 1 to 1.6. Oh, okay. I was not aware, but that's some bargain, isn't it? Unbelievably good value for that. Yeah, great shout, Berkovic. I mean, but the thing is, he came with pedigree. He was a good player at Southampton, and so you were like, yeah, he's going to be good. But Lomas is a great shout. I think Lomas is a great shout where you had that, you weren't expecting much, but I think it's basically because of the way the sort of positions they play. Do you know what I mean? So it's like centre backs, sort of defensive midfielders. You buy them. I wouldn't say you're very enamored by who you're buying, but they just turn out to be integral. As I said, someone like Hayden Mullins, Pete Butler, like all these type of guys who don't do who aren't grabbing the headlines, but they're just there, just doing the hard stuff and doing the grafting to let others play. Gary said his namesake Gary Charles thought he'd be good after years. He was terrible, bless him, weren't he? He was terrible. Friend of Nigel Khan's. Went to school with Nigel Khan, did Gary Charles. And he'd always he always mentions the fact that when he made his debut, that was something which he really wanted to do from a young age, was play for West Ham. And Nigel he was like living his dream, wasn't he? Really. So never quite did it for us, did he, man? Never really quite did it. Ginger Pele. I mean, to be honest, when they came from Cardiff, them two, for the first time, I wouldn't say underwhelming, but it was like, okay, all right. And then obviously Ginger Pele becomes Ginger Pele, and Gabon then they both become integral to the team. And obviously GP for a lot longer. Love Pete Butler. I've never seen a show you didn't mention him. Oh, yeah, I do. Pete Butler, man, love him. He still randomly just texts me like randomly. First player I ever met at West Ham. That's why I love him. Which West Ham player that left us would you say did much better with a bigger club? Pretty much most of them. Rio, Michael. A lot of them did go to better clubs. Did better when they went to bigger clubs. Different now, I think. Different now, but as Neil says, most of them did. I don't think there's many players who have left us and not gone on to do better things. If they've moved to a Man United or a Liverpool, obviously Julian left and went to Liverpool, it didn't work, and he came back. But yeah, no, it's there's not many of them, to be honest. Clive Allen thought he was past it when he signed, but scored some important goals and still quality. Same as Teddy Sheringham, my man. In it, we thought Teddy was going to be past it, and he came back and was top goal scorer that season. Fornals is a modern day Pete Butler. There's so much work, but still so underrated. But I love Fornals even more now. That fat lad whose dad played for the club. What a good manager, though, was he? Certain was Mohamed Diarma. Left for top six. Turns out he was meant to be top six of the championship. There we go. Ray Stewart went to your bar mitzvah. Oy vey. And presented me with a ball signed by the team. Wow, fantastic. Oh, that's plenty of chutzpah there, man. Very good. John Moncur went under the radar, signed from relegated on cheap, and went on to become a ledge at West Ham. Good shout. Great shout. What about Macca? He was brilliant. You're very true, very true. Yoshi is some great names. When we first signed him, like he'd fall over gas to win, was outstanding in our first spell. Indeed, he certainly was. Pyatt moved on and literally got bigger. He certainly did, Adam. I cannot speak, but he certainly did. Scott's gone with, what's your favourite Walt Disney character? My favourite Walt Disney character. Big fan of Donald Duck. Oh, yes. Big fan of Donald Duck. He's always one I like to see when we go to Disney. Big fan of Donald Duck. I liked him. He was a nice bloke. Nice guy. Can't say a word he's saying, but he's a nice bloke. There's a great YouTube clip. Is a guy who's a impressionist, and he's a Disney impressionist, and he went to Walt Disney and he's having dinner and he starts doing all the impressions, and Donald Duck was just like, loved it. Loved it. As I said, we've got some cool stuff coming up this week. So obviously we've got My Hammers 11 with I've just seen a great one. I'm going to come up with that. My Hammers 11 with Jordan Said, UK professional wrestler Jordan Said, which is quite interesting. We talk about wrestling and how, but we also talk about West Ham. He talks really, really well about West Ham, and also he's a good My Hammers 11. Tomorrow we've got Matt from My Sunderland 11 doing the first episode of Outside the Bubble. I've even done, like, showed you, I've even done even one of these. Where's he gone? Oh God! Take the banners out. You see, it was all going to outside the. Look at that! I did that. That's quite cool. So outside the bubble. So that's quite good. That's coming up tomorrow. Kent don't do Disney. We know Kent don't do Disney, but there he is. Gary shouted out Ludo. 300,000 unknown from the Czech Republic and became a legend. Great shout. Very similar to the Czech boys now, isn't it? realistically. Thought David Kelly would be a worthy successor to Tony Gale and a real hot property, but was way too like. Yeah, exactly. He was, wasn't he? A lot of them, you label them as the next. It just doesn't work out. Which TV show that is not on anymore do you miss the most? Well, I would say something like Only Fools and Horses, but it's on all the fucking time, really, isn't it? And I do, but it'd be nice to see some new episodes. It would have been nice to see some new episodes. Only Fools and Horses. For me, it's all comedy programs. IT Crowd, I used to love the IT Crowd. The Office, UK Office. What else? Do you know what I like? And I haven't seen for a bit. Plebs. I like Plebs. Plebs is a good one. Outside the Bubble, very clear. See, it's always there, man. Always there. Outside the Bubble. See, and it's a play on words, you see, because we sing I Remember Blowing Bubbles. So we're in our own bubble. So we're talking to people outside the bubble, but also in a COVID situation, outside the bubble. It's in social bubbles. Social bubble. That's a new one. Let's be social bubbles. But yes, it's thank you, Wally. I do try. I don't just throw these things together. If I have a good idea, I'll come up with it. Taxi, Bishop Morley. I think you talk about the transfers, not the TV program. Rockford Files, Hill Street Blues. Russ, have you watched What We Do This? Yes, love it. What We Do in the Shadows. Very, very good episode. A very good series. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a comedy about vampires, and it stars the one who was in Phone Jacker. It's very, very good. Originally, it was a US one, and I think then BBC bought the rights in or something like that. I don't know how it was, but the Bill was good. Used to like the Bill. Quantum Leap was good. Matt Berry, that's the other one I was thinking about. He's very good, and so is he. He's very good in Toast of London as well, which is on more for. What other film? I was going to say Line of Duty, but that's coming back in March. It's going back in 3 weeks' time. I like Line of Duty. I like them type of ones. I can tell that you're in marketing. Well, yeah. Well, outside the bubble. It's all about SEO, isn't it? Outside the bubble, right? Because people might search. Matty Effrington in one of your things. I don't think he came a bit of pedigree already, really, didn't he? So. I think it wasn't a case of we'd really sort of like think, oh, this guy's coming out. So, yeah. Sweeney. Oh, God, here she comes. I've only got a week left of her. Only a week left. The Sweeney was a good shout. Only a week left of her. Oh, goes back to school Monday. You all right? I know you can hear me. I can hear you too. You all right? Yeah? Good. You good? Yeah. Do you want some Hershey's chocolate? That's what Wally got me. No, me neither. It made me gag. It actually made me gag. TV show or film that was based in London. Favourite TV show or film that was based in London?
Mary Poppins. When we went there.
Mary Poppins.
When me and Nanny and Mummy went there.
Well, there we go. Mary Poppins. All right, okay. All right, fine. We'll do your life story. Mary Poppins. Favorite film? I'd say maybe like something like Snatch or Love on a Bay. Love on a Bay with Ray Winston. Love that film. High Flow. That's Wally. That's Wally bought the chocolate. And little Jakey boy, all right, matey. High Flow, yeah, lots of. All right. Turned out class, not useless. That's what I meant. Clark, yeah, turned out Clark. Yeah, I know what she means. But I was like, he already had a little bit of pedigree before he joined us. Do you know what I mean? It's like it wasn't like we just didn't know of entirely. So, yeah, very, very good. As I said, we're going to do, as I said, we've got a few things coming up this week. We've got the new series. We've got some Miami's Lemon as always. Should have a good celebrity one hopefully this week as well. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel because there should be some good ones. I always try and keep it fresh for you guys. I don't think I've got any, as I said, I don't think there's any ex-players this week. Next week, I think we got one for next week already, so we'll see. Best TV show in London has to be London's Burning. Great shout. Great shout. Yoshi 2, another gem. The Adventure game. I didn't know the Adventure game, but anyway, my ladies and gentlemen, we're going to which player that we bought was best for value. Well, it'd been funny. Probably Sue Farrell in it. 5 million quid. Or as Ken said, maybe something like bloody, or no, value. Got to be something. I'd say Trevor Sinclair. A couple of million plus getting rid of Dowie and Keith Rowland. Simples, in my opinion. Anyway, we're going to go now. As I said, check out Miami's 11 tonight with Jordan Said, UK professional wrestler, and then don't forget tomorrow we've got Matt doing his Outside the Bubble first episode. VAR Golf, there we go. Hello Flo again, yes. Cresswell DiCanio 1.5, yeah, good shout, man. But all right, we're gonna go. As I said, thank you as always. Really, really appreciate everyone's time again. Alan Devonshire's got to be the best of value. £5,000. It just popped in my head. Anyway, we'll carry on this mass debate tomorrow. As I said, if anyone is feeling rubbish, my DM's always open if you want to chat, as always. And from myself and from Flo, although she turns up for a minute, I don't know why. But anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. You ready? Yeah. Come on, you irons, and we'll see you again very. What you got in your hand? Come here, show me your hand.
What, that one?
No, the one we. You better do it on the paper. No, idiot. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Come on, you irons, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Much love. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.